Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm just gonna do a quick video on how I contour my face. I'm gonna use, mostly like the cream contour and show you guys like where I put it and how I blend it in and all that. And then I'll just do a little bit of like bronzer on top of the contour and a little blush and of course some highlight because a face isn't complete without highlight, in my opinion at least. So this is obviously the finished look. So if you want to see how I contour and highlight my face, then stay tuned. I just have found that this is like the easiest way to do it. I don't use like a full, expensive cream contour palette or anything like that. I just use a stick for contour and then I just use my concealer for the highlight. So stay tuned. Okay, for starters, I'm going to use Shy Beam under my eyes, which I always do, so I didn't find it necessary to show you again. Then I'm going to use my Lancome foundation with this new foundation brush from the brush set in the last video that I made. And I just sprayed it first with a little bit of like a toner. It's from Lush. It's called Breath of Fresh Air. I really like it. It smells so fresh and it's really hydrating. So I used that to just get my kabuki brush a little damp before I blend in my foundation. Then after I put the foundation on is when I start the contouring and highlighting. So I'm using my favorite of all time, you guys know, is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and this is in the lightest color that they have. I think it's called Fair or Very Fair. And I just bring that down the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose, the center of my forehead, and then my Cupid's bow and my chin. And I just like to really highlight the center of my forehead because it narrows the forehead after you put the contour shade on the outer parts of your forehead. So then I'm just going to do it under my eyes where you would normally do a concealer. I kind of bring it down the side of my nose and then like wing it out past my eyes on the outside. Next, I grab whatever I'm going to be using to contour, and this is my go-to right now. It's from Tarte, and it's called the Sculptor, and I feel like it's just the perfect shade for my skin tone and a lot of skin tones. And then I just do it down the sides of my nose and then on like above the nostrils, and then I do it on the corners of my forehead, and that'll turn your forehead into a forehead. And basically this is just gonna slim everything out. So then I do the top of my ear down my cheekbone, and this is just a piece of cardboard like from a pack of eyelashes if you want to use something to just make a straighter line down your cheekbones, like if you need a little help when you're figuring out how to do this just to create a straighter line. And then I'm going to grab my concealer one more time and just do like wing it out from my lips just to highlight that area a little bit, and then right below that contour. All right, now it's time to just blend that all out. So I'm going to use my beauty sponge and dampen it a little bit more with that toner I used earlier. So basically just with a really light hand, if you use too heavy of a hand, it's going to just push the product too far into your skin and then you'll barely be able to see it. So with a really light hand, I just start with all the highlighted areas and blend that in. And basically the areas that you're highlighting are going to just be accentuated, and it's going to like bring those areas forward and complement them. And then the areas that you use for the contour color are going to like diminish those areas and make them look smaller. So that's why we do it like on the sides of our nose to slim our nose, the corners of the forehead to slim out the forehead, and then in the cheekbone it's going to bring that, the light will make it look thinner so that it brings the cheekbones out more and just give you a little more structure to your face. So then I just turn my beauty sponge to the other side and blend out all the contoured areas. And you always want to set your under eye with either a translucent powder, or this is the RCMA no color powder, just so that you don't get any creasing throughout the day. And then I always set the areas that I use the concealer as well, just so that, because I mean the areas I use the concealer are the areas that I would get oily throughout the day anyways, so setting it with a powder is just going to help with the oiliness. Now, just to add a little bit of a powdered contour, I'm taking the Hoola bronzer with a stiff brush. You want to just make sure that it's like more of a stiffer brush, and then put them basically in all the areas that we contoured. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of color back into my face, because sometimes that concealer will just kind of white you out. I'm using a tapered brush with my Tarte blush that I love so much. And once again, just smile to find the apples of your cheeks, and then blend the blush from there up into your contour and your bronzer. And this will just put some color back into your face. Now for the best part about a makeup application, the highlight. I'm using a Laura Geller highlighter. It's the pink toned one, and I love this one. It looks, I don't know if it just looks good on me because I'm so pale, but I love this highlighter. And I'm using my Fangirl fan brush from the brush set that I did in my last video too. I love this highlighting brush. It's awesome. So I just put that, right under the eye, right on the top of your cheekbone, bridge of your nose, tip of your nose, a little tiny bit on the forehead, and then on my chin. And then with my finger, I pat it right on my Cupid's bow, and then a little bit more on the tip of my nose. Then I just grab a nice fluffy brush and brush away the excess setting powder that we used. So that was under our eyes, under the contour, and forehead, nose. I just brushed that away to get rid of the excess powder, and then we are good to go. All right, so this is the finished look. You can see how just adding the contour in the corners of your forehead will make your forehead look a little narrower, and keeping the brightness in the center of your forehead, and then of course carving out your cheekbones and stuff like that will just slim your face. So I hope you liked this video. If you guys have any questions, as always, just leave a comment. And if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.